Hello and good afternoon, and welcome to Noonday Meditation and Contemplative Prayer Power Hour, where we've been gathering every day right here on Facebook Live at noon Eastern Daylight Time to love and support each other through this pandemic. My name is Martin Cowart. I'm a prosperity coach and teacher, teaching people how to use spiritual principles and spiritual truths to solve problems, specifically financial problems in my coaching business. But the same principles solve all our problems. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to take a piece of the value of creating your personal sanctuary. There is no shortage of drama in our world today. All of us are living in it. And it can be painful and fearful, and we need a place, a refuge, a sanctuary to get away from it all, to escape it all, to let it go. It doesn't mean we put our head in the sand and we ignore it. It's quite the opposite. It's more about opening our hearts and fully accepting it, to learn and to grow. Because you see, what gets pulled into the drama is our false self. Oh, there's our good friend Darso. Nice to see you. Welcome today. And there's Rohit. Hello, Rohit. So glad you're here. We're talking a little bit today about how do we create a drama-free zone? How do we turn our lives into a sanctuary? We need a refuge. We need a place to go inside ourselves to be able to recharge our batteries, open our hearts, and get clear about what's going on. Yes, this world and this very body is our refuge if we know how to get to it. And I know you, Rohit, and I know that you have a very, very solid contemplative practice. And my sense is from our conversations that you too have turned your life into a sanctuary and you're enjoying the benefits of it. That's the only way I know how we're going to survive this, by the way, and come out of it more whole, more complete, more connected, more healed. Hello, Audrey Small. It's so nice to have you here today. It's just great. We're talking about ways to manage our drama. And I'm going to be talking a little bit, not a little bit, I'm going to talk mostly today about creating a personal sanctuary, the benefits of creating a personal sanctuary. And it comes out of a new webinar that I just released, and you're all welcome to it. You can just go to the Financial Mystic Sanctuary Facebook group. And if you're not a member, become a member, and the full webinar is there for you in the unit section, and it's free. Watch the 2 videos, and I encourage you to watch the videos, and there's a 90-day challenge at the end, and I would encourage you to do that. So for now and for the next few weeks, I'm going to be actually teaching different parts of this webinar live here during our noonday meditation. Because I just think it's so important for us right now to be able to practice the art of being present. That's the art of loving ourselves, really. It's really, people are always talking about self-love. Well, how do you love yourself? And that's what practicing the art of being present is all about. And the interesting thing about this is this webinar, which it came out just a few weeks ago, and started out as a very simple project at the beginning of the summer. I was going to create a short video to teach my clients how to meditate and do contemplative prayer. Well, I started actually creating the content and writing it out, and I would be practicing it. As I was creating it, I would practice it because I wanted to make sure that it was what I was doing. But it became more conscious in me. The practice became more conscious to me because I had, you want to get good at something, you teach it, right? So I was practicing it more, and the wildest thing happened. The more I practiced it, the more this project took on a life of its own, and it began. And then that's the name came out of the evolution of the creation of the project of practicing the art of being present, because I was finding myself getting more and more present to life every day in the moment. And when I began to put together the actual webinar and recording it, I was like, wow, I am I am present now to the divine within me most of the time. I call that divine within me. I call her Joy the Wise Woman. But Joy the Wise Woman is here. She's here right now. She's going to do the talking, not me, Martin. And life is just so much better when Joy the Wise Woman, when presence is present. And I've been bringing presence into my coaching practice, but now it's like she's here for everything. She's here for this, she's here for that. So I began to practice it, and I wanted to share it with you guys. But another thing that really, why I got the tagline, living your key to living a life of love, joy, and prosperity, is that finally I woke up one day, I'm living a life of love, joy, and prosperity. I'm living this life. I keep talking about it. And I think this is what when we hear about manifesting and creating, this is what it is in the truest sense. When our heart begin to create the world we want to live in, we begin to practice the art of being present. We do the only thing that Jesus ever told us to do was to love you, Lord, with all your heart and all your mind and all your soul, love your neighbor and stuff. He's not talking about some concept of God that we created at Sunday school. He's talking about the divine within us, the Joy of the Wise Woman. Get intimate with yourself. Get intimate with your internal. Learn to love yourself. Find all parts of yourself, including the parts you don't like. That's what it means. And this practicing the art of being present is an opportunity for self-love. And creating a personal sanctuary in your life is the best way I know of to practice self-love. It is the best way I know to practice self-love. And I've been living with, I didn't really think of it that way, but I've been living that way for quite a number of years. And as COVID-19 came, my sanctuary got more and more sacred. And that's why I'm sharing with you. And today I wanted to share with you 3 things that you can do immediately to reduce the drama in your life. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Those 3 things that if you will cut them out or reduce them dramatically, I would cut them out for 6 months. You're not going to like it. Your ego's not going to like it anyway, because we're addicted to fear. And what this all is about getting over our addiction to fear. And the ego loves fear. I mean, that's what drives the ego. The ego lives for fear. Without the fear, it can't live. That's the whole point. So if we cut out the drama and cut out the fear, the ego goes away and we get to live with presence. Make sense? Maybe yes, maybe no. So we're going to talk a little bit about the 3 things that you can do to avoid all of this drama in your life. We talked yesterday about the drama triangle. I won't go into that again, but that's where we get trapped inside drama. And we all do it, and it's not a very pleasant place to live. So the first thing to avoid it is this: no news. Let's talk about no news of any kind. I mean, no news for at least 90 days. Turn it off. I mean, you can't completely avoid it if you got a cell phone, because it pops across your screen every 5 minutes. Trump did this, Trump did that, McConnell did this. So it is harder to do than you think, just because it's all over the place. It's on the television, it's on social media, it's everywhere. You go into a store, they got the news on. I mean, to avoid the news. And the reason is because we are addicted to drama. We are addicted to fear. So the best way is not to feed the addiction. And I would avoid the news. I tell you, I went without the news for a while, and I don't watch a lot of news now. I watched it last night, and I found myself, because I don't watch it too often, I can feel myself getting pulled into the drama. I've had enough practice that I can just observe myself being pulled without getting pulled into it. Because this is something that I know when I'm watching the news. If it's bringing me fear and it's making me project into the future a fear-driven outcome, I know it's not true. I know it's not true because because the heart does not project fear into the future. The heart projects creativity. It projects the truth. The question is, we don't know what's happening in the future. And the ego doesn't like being uncertain. So it takes all of the fear-driven stuff that you watch on television or read in the internet and wherever it comes from. It says, aha, you see how bad the world is? You see how terrible everybody is? I'm right. And it's gonna be doomsday. That's a miserable way to look at tomorrow, isn't it? Who wants to get out of bed if tomorrow's going to be worse than yesterday? Our biggest fears. But that's how we get that's how we create fear. That's how we create this world of toxicity, by putting it in our heads and then living into it. And that's how we got here. We all created this toxic world we live in. And if you want to get out of it, get out of the drama. Quit creating it. Start living within yourself. You got everything you need to know within you. Everything you need to know to live a life of love. Which is more important, to be right and live in the drama, or to actually live a life of love, joy, and prosperity in your life? To be free of all that drama. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? I haven't seen you before, but I'm so glad that you're here. And where you joining us from? You're new, and I'm always so curious. I had someone from Malaysia the other day, but I'm curious to know where you came from, where you're here. But I'm so glad you joined us. Thank you so much, and thank you for saying hello. But really, it is going to be hard to not watch the news, particularly if you were a news junkie like I used to be. I used to be before. When Trump was elected president, I was going to fix everybody. Let's see. Okay, great. Welcome from New Hampshire. We're so glad you're here. It's great to have you here. And we're talking about ways to avoid getting in the drama triangle or getting into the drama of the world. And it's so easy now. Oh my God. So really seriously, I can't emphasize, just try it. Try it. If you're addicted to the news, just go 24 hours, then go another 24 hours, then try to see if you can stretch that out for a week, and then try to stretch it out for 2 weeks, 21 days, and just see how long you can go without watching the news. There is nothing you can do about 99%. The only thing you can do to make a difference is go vote. That's the only thing we can do, and put out positive love energy into the universe. But it's very hard to put that out if we're living in drama inside ourselves. If I'm living in drama in here, I'm going to project drama out there. But if I'm living in peace and tranquility and power of the divine within, I'm going to create that out in the real world. And that's what we're here to do, right? We don't want to live anymore in this toxicity, do we? So don't get pulled into it. Turn off the news. Just try it. Just give it a shot. Now, if you like that one, you're going to love this one. Minimal, I mean minimal social media. And if you have to go on social media like I do all day long, I get to go on all day long to connect with people like I'm doing here, make sure it's a positive, affirming space. Create that space on Facebook and Instagram. I mean, I find Instagram less intrusive because they're mostly pictures of things that are pleasant and make me feel good. And this is how you know if it's drama or not. How do you feel when you read texts that say "F Trump"? How does that make you feel? Makes me feel pretty crappy, right? So don't feed that. You're right. You know, I had someone the other day tell me give me this negative opinion of Ruth, that we're in this position today because she was so egoic about herself back when somebody was president. She had a chance to get out and she didn't take it. And because she's so selfish, we're in this position. And I was like, what? That's drama. That's pulling me into drama. I ain't going there. That's not how I see her. If you want to see that and that makes you feel good, then stay in that drama. But the fact of the matter is, first of all, we don't know what caused her to make that decision. We certainly don't know if it was from her ego or from her heart. I think she's an amazing job. I mean, why do we need to project anything negative about her after she died? But we do, because we're human and we have egos and we love to do that crap. We love the drama. So if you do go on social media, make a point of putting out good, positive, affirming. Don't just add more fuel to the fire. And you know the difference. And let me tell you, I can get pulled into it too. I mean, I was a news hound. I was gonna fix it junkie for a long time. You know, having a voice on Facebook about all this stuff. Lord, I can get pulled in and I pull others in. And I just create more drama. Don't create more drama. We got plenty of drama. So minimize social media. And when you do go on, do something like this. Go out and share a good story. Go out and share something that's going to inspire us for a better tomorrow. You know, what wonderful things are you learning about yourself? Share a story about that. Oh, there's my cousin. Oh, hey, cousin Mary Jo. How are you doing? It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I ain't seen you in a while, girl. It's nice to see you here on this Tuesday afternoon as we discuss drama. So it's not that we can't, but we are addicted to it. And you know, you may have a hard time with it, but if you want to turn your life into a sanctuary, don't let things in that are going to pull you into drama. Do things that are going to not pull you into drama. And social media is one of them. It is the word. That's why. And I'm going to show you all a video later in the week from a guy named Jaron. I think it was Jaron Lanier, who is who's the founder, one of the founders of virtual reality. And he wrote a book on how we should get off social media altogether for 6 months, because the people who invented it, they're all logarithmists. They follow you around. They know what you like, and they just feed an echo chamber of your belief systems. And it's manipulative. There's a manipulative part to it. So if you want to create a sanctuary, get off of that. My time spent on external and internal is so imbalanced, which is exactly how my emotions and exactly. You know, we need to go into the internal world to resolve all that, get quiet, get still, experience the presence of God, the divine within us, and then we can look at the external world from a different lens, from a more accepting, a more loving lens. So, reduce your exposure to the social media. This is my favorite. Avoid conversations that pull you into drama that you have no control over. Like the other day, I was telling you, my friend was trying to give me this drama story that he believed that about Ruth Ginsburg. Well, I've done it before, and I was like, well, I don't want to see it that way. Why do you want to look at it? Why do you need to see it that way? I mean, if we're good enough friends, I just asked him, why do you need to see her in a negative light? That's what I want to know from you. Um, and you need to learn from her. Well, let her learn. Everybody needs to learn from their own lessons. We might learn from her what you might not do, but don't tell the rest or guess what she might have done or why she did it. And certainly don't want to blame her for not making a different decision years ago and getting us in this mess. How do we know it's not the best? I said, well, how do you know? I know one thing. Everything is perfect just as it is. And that's why I don't get pulled into the drama, because there is no drama. It's only in our heads. All drama, all negativity is created between our two ears. We create it in our heads and we validate it out there. This is why there's people will pull you into conversations that are never gonna, they're endless. Two people fighting over politics, trying to be right. I wasn't going to get pulled into my friend's drama the other day because I love him and I just wasn't, it was his drama and he wanted to be in it. That's his choice. And he wanted to be in it. And I'm not okay with that. It's not my job to fix him or take him out of it. It's just my job not to get in it. It's my sense not to get pulled into other people's business. It's yours too. So avoid conversations that pull you into drama. You'll notice them because people will bait you. Particularly in the political climate we're in right now. My God, it's so easy. We've all got an opinion or a judgment. Every thought actually is a judgment, ultimately, when you break it down. So you just don't get pulled into it. There is drama. God knows there's no shortage of it. But avoid conversations that can pull you into drama. And that's kind of hard with family and friends who might be used to enjoying those kind of conflict conversations with you. So you know what? For the next 90 days, I'm going to try to live a little bit less with a little less drama. I'm just so caught up in all the politics and the uncertainty and the fearful. I watched this crazy idiot named Martin Coward tell us to quit watching television news and cutting off social media and not get pulled into drama. I'm going to try and see what happens. Well, try it. I can tell you, you're going to feel a whole lot better. You're going to feel 10 times better. And then when you come back to the news, you just don't get pulled into it. You can, like I do, that's how you watch it and kind of find it funny, And your partner, your husband, or your spouse, yeah, they might bait you too and pull you into drama, and you just say thank you. Just don't get pulled into it. And one other thing too, I'll give you a little tip. Somebody's trying to pull you into drama. Just ask them a simple question. Is that really true? You know that to be absolutely true, what you just said about Ruth Ginsburg, for example. Do you know that to be true? Do you absolutely know that she made that decision because she was being an egomaniac at the time? They don't. And I said, no. I said, well, then why are you saying it? How does it make you feel? Byron Katie, how does it make you feel to be saying something so negative about this woman right now? Well, it makes you feel pretty bad, doesn't it? Yeah, it makes me feel terrible. So why don't you, what else could you say, since you don't know that that's true or not? You just made it up in your head and it makes you feel bad. Why don't you make up something else? It makes you feel better. They're both stories you made up. Why don't you make up a story that says she did the best she can and she loved and she did a great job and I'm really glad she's here and we all here at a good time. I don't know. That's the way to do it. Inquire. Is it true? Is that really true what you're trying to pull me? Is it really true that Donald Trump is the most brilliant president we've ever had? How can you be absolutely sure that I get pulled in by my family who are big Trump supporters. I'm not particularly a Trump supporter. I don't condone his behavior, but they'll try to pull me in sometimes, and they'll tell me what a brilliant man he is, you know. And I say, well, is it true he's a brilliant president? How do you know that's true? They never know. They just think he's a brilliant guy for whatever reason. I'm not sure. That's their choice. That's their drama. I don't want to get pulled into it, but I do ask them that. I ask the question, what makes him so brilliant? What makes him such a great, why you love him so much? You know? What's so good about it? And they'll tell me, and I say, well, you know that to be true for sure? Yeah, I know. How do you know it's true? How do you know something negative, about Hillary Clinton? That used to be the best, you know. And say Hillary Clinton is out, doing child solicitation or something. I don't know what she's doing. She's selling children or something. I said, you know that to be true? And no, you absolutely says it. I read it on the internet. I said, well, do you know it's true? No. So anyway, the point is, don't get pulled into the drama, because people are gonna love to pull you into drama, and we like to pull people into our drama too. Don't. It's not just them. We're in drama, and we want other people to be miserable with us, so we pull them into our drama. We want to validate our rightness. Wild, isn't it? What time we live in? So those are all the things I would avoid. And we're going to meditate now. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about 3 things that you can do. 3 things that you, instead of doing these 3 things that you can do in place of these things that will bring you more love, peace, and harmony inside. Okay, so come back tomorrow for those pieces. And again, if you'd like, go to my, go over to my Facebook page, Financial Mystic Sanctuary, and get the whole webinar. Watch the whole thing for free. That's why I did it. That's why I'm sharing it with you, because the darn thing works. Darn thing works. So let's meditate. Let's meditate. First, I got to turn off this phone so it doesn't ring. That's annoying. Okay. So let's start by raising our hands in the air. Just get still. Hold your hands in the air and just feel the life in your fingertips. Feel the life. Feel life in you. That's as far as the divine is. You're it. And you can put them down now and get still. Get in a comfortable position. And begin to focus on your breath. Oh, this is a nice thing. Well, thank you, Bobby. You going to meditate with us today? Bobby's he's been a friend of mine since he was 18 and I was 25. One of my dearest friends. Good to see you, man. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah, we got to get together and talk. I haven't talked to you in ages. I want to see how you're doing. I haven't talked to you since this pandemic started. So I'm so glad you showed up today. Thank you so much for being here. So let's get back to meditation. Put your hands in your lap and get still. Begin to quiet the mind. Just quiet your mind. Intentionally quiet your mind. And focus on the breath for a moment. Expand your stomach and allow your stomach to just relax and pull the breath down into it. And allow yourself to go in kind of a circular breathing cycle. Just imagine the breath sort of circling through, in and out. In and up into your head and down your throat, mixing with your blood through your lungs and your heart, going out throughout your body, and then letting it go. And just allow the focus to be on this automatic life force energy that's coming in and out of you moment to moment. So we can get really still in this moment. Because this is the only moment there is. It's just one thing happening, and we're happening right now. It's called life. And get really still into this life moment. And allow yourself with intention to let go, release any stories you have about this world right now. Any beliefs, opinions, and judgments you might be having about yourself, about COVID-19, the president, the politics, the drama of the world. Just intentionally let it go. Feel the spaces around the thoughts as a way to detach from them. They all have space. Everything has space. Energy is simply energy with space and matter. When we meditate, we focus on the space, the emptiness, the stillness within us. Just get more still. And as you meditate, thoughts are going to come up in your head. You might even feel some emotions. Goody, you're alive. Don't fight them. Don't argue with them. Welcome them and let them go. Just let them pass through you. As you would think of them as clouds on a beautiful day, just floating across the sky. Let it go and take the next one. Enjoy the spaces between the thoughts. Allow the bell to wake you up from any trance you might be in. We go into thought trances when we think we're meditating. Allow the bell to wake you up and reset. Welcome back. How was your journey? How was the visit to your interior landscape? Were you able to calm down some of the drama within yourself? Or maybe just observe it and not get pulled into it. Just a little bit of a refuge there for just a minute or two. We all have a deep peace, a deep stillness, creative spark of life within us. Light connects all light. Wonderful light energy. An energy called life. And we bring that power into consciousness by getting still and listening for it. Yes, it was the presence in me speaking to the presence in you. We just got out of the way. So thank you for connecting with me. Thank you for connecting, being willing to let go of the material, the external part of you, so that we can connect at a deeper level of consciousness and love, our true selves. Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody have anything else they want to say today before we sign out? Tomorrow, I'm going to give you 3 things to do. I really encourage you to think about, at least for the next 24 hours, going without social media, becoming really aware of not turning on the news, avoiding drama. And when drama is coming your way, don't get pulled in. Ask a question. Is it true? Particularly when someone's confronting you. Is it true? It's a great question. It's the Byron Katie question. Is it true? You absolutely know that to be true. And there is no absolute truth other than the truth that we're alive. I'm alive and everything is fine. All is well. That we know. Even though it doesn't appear that way. It's all well. It's all as it is. It's the only truth there is. That we're a life force energy, creating, evolving, expanding. Pretty exciting time we live in right now. And it's too exciting and too scary to do it alone. So we come together to do it together. And so thank you for being here. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. If you have a chance, take out your journal and do some journaling, and then go watch the webinar. It's free. It works. It's my gift to you. Much love. May love and prosperity prevail. Until tomorrow. Bye-bye.